is having the flu something that's really serious? I mean, can it be deadly?
Yeah. So if we've all been through COVID and we've seen the numbers of how deadly that pandemic was. And the reason why that was so deadly is the majority of people had zero immunity to a brand new virus. Influenza, for the most part, kills on average of about 40,000 to 60,000, depending on the year in the United States.
Wow.
And that may
That's
not,
still a significant number.
It's a pretty significant number. And I just looked at the data right now. Speaking of how much COVID has been on people's mind, is COVID now approximating that level of death. And so these viruses that are out there, some kill more than others. Influenza is, as compared to other types of infections, is not as deadly, but it is deadly. What it does contribute to is quite a number of visits to clinicians. So I just looked up this data that on average per year, about 21 million visits to healthcare providers occur yearly for influenza-like illnesses. And then upwards of close to 1 million or so people are hospitalized, for which 40 to 60,000 or so die. The folks that die, again, without making everybody nervous about this, for the most part, most people do not die of influenza. But when they do have it, the number one complication from influenza is secondary bacterial infections. So one of the ways to relate to this is we've all had nasal congestion, and then we go to the doc or the emergency room where you're like, I think I have a sinus infection. The majority of those are viruses like influenza. Influenza can cause some sinusitis, but that whole inflammatory process that's occurring within the airways sort of primes that whole area to have bacteria that we have in us and on us to start to grow more. So the number one deadly complication is secondary bacterial pneumonia, like pneumococcus, strep pneumo, those sorts of types of infections. And pneumonia is definitely one of the worst type of infections in the lung because you're basically filling up lung tissue with pus. And one can imagine when that's occurring, you can get quite sick.
Hey folks, connecting with your benefits is our primary mission, and the SITREP is providing more options than ever.
Subscribe to our free email newsletter, subscribe to our audio podcast channel, or subscribe to our content on YouTube.
For details and links, check out the description below.